What's happening? Man, out at my mama crib. We just had the Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So I shot out here, see my babies and stuff. But so I got the check. I mean, it was nice. I liked it. It was cool. Um, but I just know, I know it's a potential for a lot more. So I did gross over 1,600. Um, gross 1,600. Took home like 1,200. So that's like, man, to see that big chunk taken out, it's just like, fuck, man. Kansas taxes is a motherfucker. I think the feds took out 230, state took out 100, and then I think like the medical or whatever took out another 100. But I mean, shit, I ain't complaining. I tell you that much. For the amount of work I do, uh, it's worth it, man. It's definitely worth it. Like, I definitely encourage y'all to go get that CDL, young dudes. Go get it, especially before February 2022. I've been trying to get my brothers to do it. They hear it go in one ear and out the other. I know how it is because it was the same way with me. I had a partner who went and got a CDL straight out of high school because his dad was driving trucks, and he was trying to get us to go. And I was like, oh, yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good. I'm going to look into it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Never went around to it. So, but yeah, I could show it if it's, if motherfuckers want to see it, but that's what it was, about 16. It was over 1,600. I took home a little over 1,200. So yeah, man, and that's for 1 week of work, 65 hours. Next week, what am I getting paid next week? Next week I get paid for this week. So I should see about 55 hours on the check. So that'll be about another eight, like just shy of $900. Cause I already had one like that before. So right about 900. But yeah. I mean, for the amount of work you do, you just driving around, hooking up trailers, dropping them off. Man, I could do that. Granted, like I said, yeah, I want to do more, but it's just baby steps. It's taking time, man. I got my foot in the door right now, so got to be patient and don't fuck up a good thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's more money than I was making. It's getting me back on track with my finances. Because I was messed up for a while, man. I was out of work for 4 months, so everything got backed up. I done got shit sent to collections, done got checking accounts closed, so I'm getting that worked out. So it was a struggle for a minute, and now I'm right back in it. You feel me? Like I'm right back in the game. So definitely happy to be working. But yeah, so that's pretty much that's the update. It ain't, ain't really much going on. That's about it. I go back to work tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow. Got to be back to work tomorrow. Woke up, drove out here yesterday. Yeah, I damn near should drive back today sometime, just so I can get some sleep. But I'm enjoying being with my babies, being with my kids and shit. So I don't know. We'll see. What else? Yeah, I keep looking at these jobs. I need to stop looking at these jobs. I ain't gonna lie. Because I keep looking at the jobs and the potential earnings that I can get. And I just sit and I just fantasize. I've been running numbers. Like, I'll see these jobs posting like, $30 an hour, and you just sit and fantasize. You like, fuck, man, $30 an hour. If I can put in 70 hours a week, that's a damn near $2,000 check after taxes. After taxes. And I'm just like, man, that'll change your life. Change your whole little lifestyle. So, but right now, you just got to focus on where you at, knock that out, and everything else will come in due time. As long as you're able to wake up and go get it, you're in a good position, man. You got your wits, you got your arms and your legs, you got air in your lungs, ain't no excuse. The only limitations is the ones you put on yourself. If you say you can't do something, then you're right. You can't do it. If you say you can do it, you can. Goddamn it. It's all in your mental. You know, it's all in your mental. And if you good physically, bruh, go get it, man. Ain't no excuse. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ain't really much to say. So I kind of got an idea what my checks is gonna be looking like now. I think I've been working here about a month. Yeah, I started in the beginning of November, end of October, beginning of November. So yeah, I kind of got an idea. Hey, you put in 65 hours, your check could be about $1,200 after tax. 55 hours, you should get about right under 900. So with that being said, I'm finna try to run it up. I'm gonna get as many hours as I can. Like, ain't no reason not to go to work, man. Shit, if they give me more, I'm gonna take more. If I have to do 7 days a week, I'll do 7 days a week. Just to see what that check look like. I'm home every day, so that's good. It ain't like I'm out over the road. I can't come home. One thing that do suck is the commute. I got to drive an hour out, but I knew that going into it. I was already driving an hour to go work at the Target to load boxes, so why wouldn't I drive an hour to go drive a truck? And it's in the same spot, except for I'm not on the inside no more. I'm on the outside of the Target. So, yeah, man, it's real legit, real cool people. The bosses ain't up your ass. It's a lot of men there, like, or I ain't gonna say men, but adults. So you got adult women. You got, a little bit older people. Like, I think the youngest people we got is like 28, from what I've seen. So everybody know how to talk to everybody. You feel me? They not finna talk to you like you a little kid. They recognize that you're an adult, and they treat you as such. So that's a good thing. Cause I was up there working at that warehouse, and the people talking to you crazy. Like, you got these little 18-year-olds, and they think they can just talk to everybody. Like, the managers think they could talk to you like you're a little 18-year-old, and it ain't gonna work like that. So over here, it's chill, it's laid back. They'll call you if they need something. You can call them if you need some help. Like, I was backing up, and I got into a tight situation between two trailers, and I think I could have worked my way out of it, right? I got stuck. I could have worked my way out of it, but I was so close, I didn't want to hit nothing. So I figured, hey, man, don't hit nothing. Go ahead and call help. So I called my partner. He came over, moved one of the trailers for me so I can get through. Because that's one thing I don't want to do is try to let my ego or pride or whatever you want to say get me in a fucked up position. If you realize you fucking up, stop, call for help before you fuck it up even worse. You see them little bonehead trucker videos where these people get themselves in these positions, and it's like, bro, why? Just stop. Get out and figure out, get out and get some help. These motherfuckers want to try to, I can just do this, try to finesse, and wind up making way more of a mess than they gotta be. So I'm not trying to be that dude. I'm not trying to have that much pride. I know I'm green. I know I'm getting more comfortable with moving around these trailers and stuff, but I still know that, look, you just a young pup in the game, so it ain't no shame and calling and asking for help, because I'm learning shit every day about this truck driving, and I see what they mean about how, look, you might have been driving for 6 months, but you don't know shit. And that's true to an extent, because it's just your experience. You haven't seen everything. In some areas of the country, if you stay right there 6 months, you ain't even seen no snow. You ain't never been down no mountain, and that's me. And I realized that. So I get why a lot of these good paying jobs, they want you to have all this different type of experience. Oh, we need 2 years experience over the road or whatever the hell. And that's because that it's just the more you're going to see, the more situations you're going to be put in. and the more experience you're gonna have with getting out of those situations. And I'm realizing that because I got, like I said, I got stuck between two trailers. It was simple. Instead of backing in, I went around and I was trying to just pull straight in, and just realizing like the way your trailer swing, it didn't really swing the way I thought it was gonna swing, and I kind of got stuck in an awkward position with it. And I'm like, ooh, I could get out of it by doing this and putting up and doing that. But it was so close. I mean, my room for error was probably like 4 inches, 3 or 4 inches. And on them big trucks, it's not it ain't a lot of space, man. You don't wanna mess nothing up if you don't have to. So I'm still practicing at it. Like when I go back, I'm not discouraged. When I go back, guess what? I'm gonna try the same thing when it's not busy. When we ain't got a lot of moves to do, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting myself in these situations to, figure out how to get out of it. You know what I mean? Or just to, if I'm ever in it, and like, outside, when I get these new jobs, when I get these new positions and stuff like that, you kind of know what you're doing. Because some of these jobs are going to be like that. Like I look at some of these docks, now I'm more aware. So when I'm driving to these, like when I'm driving past these warehouses or these, damn near any building, because the trucks, you got to, everything come in on the truck. I'm realizing that. I'm looking and I'm paying more attention to where these guys got to pull in and where they got to park and how they got to do it. Like we was up in Kansas City, and I'm looking like right downtown in Kansas City on a busy street, big ass 53-foot trailer. He's, pulling out, backing into these little tiny ass docks, on busy streets. And so I'm like, damn, like how did he, you got to make sure that the traffic is the oncoming traffic is paying attention, because you're going into the oncoming traffic to do that maneuver. And I'm like, ooh, you got to pay attention to that. That's kind of tough. That's real tight. And when you backing in, you only got about, if you lucky, you got a foot of space. A foot. I'm looking at it. It's a foot. It's a wall right here and a wall right here, and it's a foot of space. And it's like, shit, you got to be right on it. A foot and a half of space. So, right now, I got relatively a lot of space compared to what they working with. They got a foot or less than a foot. So, yeah, man. I don't know, man. That's about it, though. But I would encourage anybody to go ahead and get that young CDL. It's, you hear people saying, yeah, get your CDL. Man, go get it. Go get it. It's not rocket science to go get it. It ain't super, super hard right now. I don't know what it's going to be like. I know it's just going to be more of a process. Y'all saw, I spent 4 weeks really. Only 5 because I failed the test, and then I had some, shit come up at the last minute that kind of threw me off, But really, you can get it in 4 weeks, You can get it in 4 weeks right now. Class A CDL, no restrictions. What I'm going to do now, just because I'm finna be making more money, I'm going to go ahead and get all my endorsements, and I can take my time with it. I want to do it all before February, but so I got about that much time, because I don't want to wait till after and then it'd be like, oh, to get your hazmat, you got to do this, that, and the other. Cause I didn't read into it yet, but that's what I've been hearing is like, shit, get everything you can get right now. So I'm gonna go get my hazmat and my tanker for sure. I'm probably gonna get that I'm gonna get that by January. I gotta go get the little fingerprints. I gotta let them run my shit, because I got a background, so hopefully I could pass they requirements. When I looked on there, it looked like with what I got on my record, I should be all right. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the hazmat, tankers. I'm gonna probably get a TWIC card, even though I don't need all this shit necessarily. But I got the money and I have the time right now. Who's to say in a year or so, I'll probably have the money, but what if I ain't got the time to go do it? You feel me? Or in a year or so, it's a job opportunity that pops up, and I've got the experience, I got all this and all that, but I don't, hey, we need these endorsements, and I don't have them, and they need you to have it coming in the door. Some people, they just say, hey, look, we'll hire you on, but, we'll give you 90 days to get it. But, I'm not trying to miss no opportunities. So that's just what I learned over the course of, my life. Like, hey, look, if you can do it now, do it now. Save you time later. Anyway, the video getting a little long. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I ain't really got much else. Shoot for the stars, man. Shoot for the stars, man. Have a plan. Have a goal, have a plan, and execute it. It's going to take action. You ain't got to be smart. You ain't got to be a nerd. I'm not. I used to get F's in school. I never really applied myself in school. Not to my full potential, you feel me? I used to go to sleep. I just wasn't interested in what was going on. And I know it's a lot of people like that in the world that's like me, to where, what, you just ain't, that's just not your cup of tea. And I would encourage you to, in that case, look for a trade, look for something you can do that, maybe you better just learn it with hands-on type shit. You can't just necessarily read a book. You can do this stuff. You could drive a truck. You know what I mean? You could learn how to weld. You could learn how to fix toilets and shit. Do all that on YouTube, my G, nowadays. And I don't know what the process is to get certified and all that, but you could do all of that, man. You could do it. It's going to take you getting focused. It's going to take you cutting out them distractions. It's going to take you to make some sacrifices. You might not be able to sit, sleep in as much as you want. You might not be able to sit on your ass all day as much as you want. Some days, yeah, you might get a day off where you could just kind of lounge and, veg out. But you're gonna definitely have to put in some work, man. You're gonna have to shake shit up. You're gonna have to agitate things. You're gonna have to add some agitation in your life. That's the only way things gonna change for you. Sitting still ain't nothing gonna change. Shake it up. So yeah, go ahead and get out there and do it, man. But again, it start up here, and then you make your body follow through with the rest. So even if you can't read good, man, they got things that'll read to you. You don't know how to do math, you got calculators. You know what I mean? You ain't, like I said, you ain't got to be no rocket science to do this. You just gonna have to have. You definitely gonna have to have a drive. You're gonna have to, get motivated. You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to have that, I would say. But other than that, man, and then that goes for anybody. That goes for the young ladies, man. Like, man, there was a girl in my class, pregnant, 8 months, in there knocking that shit out, driving a big-ass semi-truck in the middle of a dirt field in fucking 90-degree weather, 95-degree Kansas hot summer weather. She failed a couple times, but guess what? She got that shit. And that was just like, man, if she could do it, ain't nobody else got no excuse, man. Stomach was out to here. And in there sweating, but obviously, she was on a mission, goddamn. She was on a mission. She wasn't finna fail. So if she could do it, you could do it, bro. Especially you young. She was relatively young, but she was probably in her mid-20s. I don't even know. She looked young. So yeah, you could do it too. These ladies, there's a lot of lady truck drivers out here getting money. Y'all see them on YouTube. I mean, they getting paid. Y'all see all these little YouTube ladies. I follow a few of them. That's just motivation. You see somebody doing what you want to do, they doing it every day. You feel me? You got people who you sit and you think, man, I can't do this. I could whatever the hell, but then you turn on YouTube and you see something, and these motherfuckers doing what you thinking about doing every day, or what you think is impossible every day. People doing what you think are impossible, they doing it every day. And guess what? They human just like you. They shit and piss just like you. You feel me? It ain't really no difference other than they willing to put in that work. They willing to make them sacrifices, man. They got that action. So yeah, Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, man. You can do it. Anything you put your mind to, man. Only limitations you got is the ones you place upon yourself. And with that said, I'm out 100.